Hi everyone, this is Holly from Hot Humble Pie. Welcome back to my Christmas series. We are going to be having so much fun this year, and as always, I hope you enjoy the show. For this project, I am using 3 of these rolls from wax paper. They're super thick. They're not the ones that you can cut. It's that extra thick one. That's what you need for this craft. I'm now using some fabric that I got last Christmas from Amazon. It's actually from Hobby Lobby. It's red ticking stripe fabric. You can still get it last I checked, and the link is down below in my description box. I found these mailing seals at Dollar Tree, and I knew they were the perfect size for this. So I went ahead and peeled them out and stuck them on some cardboard. I'm actually going to leave the shiny side up as part of the decor because that will go, you'll see, but that goes better with the craft that I'm making. So I'm cutting them out, and I'm going to cut out 6 altogether. Next, I'm going to go really slow here and take my time so that I don't have any hot glue dripping over the edge because I want this to be discreet. And you're going to see how perfect this circle fits inside the top of these. Yep, just like that. And again, leaving the shiny side up so that that's facing on the outside. Next, I'm going to cut a strip of the ticking stripe material, and I'm going to wrap it around both ends of this roll. And then I'm taking a strip of this fabric and I'm going to wrap it around at an angle all the way down to cover this roll. It was a little bit short, so I just glue the other piece, which is identical to the one end, and then I tuck it under so you can't see it, and I glue it at the bottom. And of course, I trim the top off so that it's nice and flush and neat looking. And now I'm using some of the burlap that I got from Walmart. It runs for something per yard, and it's like bent in half. It's a wide piece of fabric. The burlap is actually a very good deal there. I only buy half a yard at a time, and it lasts me for years. And I'm going to cover the other 2 rolls with the burlap. I definitely wanted to make these all fabric. I've seen them made different ways with paint, tape, different methods, and I definitely wanted mine to have like a fabric look. So that's what I'm doing now. For this one, I'm using this red and white ribbon that I got from Amazon, and I'm going to glue it a little higher at the top this time so that I don't have so much burlap showing. See, I'm holding it right now. And then I'm going to wrap it at an angle just like I did with the ticking stripe all the way down the bottom of this roll. Next, I decided to take some of this burlap ribbon that I got from Temu and just wrap it around the other one with the ticking stripe. I just thought it was a little bit plain now compared to the one with the burlap. So I went ahead and I did that, again gluing it higher up, and this covers pretty much that straight piece of fabric that I put on the ends in the beginning. The little ends that I was trying to cover the cardboard with, that takes care of covering that. For my final and third candy stick, I'm using this red ribbon that is also ticking stripe from Amazon. The link is down below in my description box. And for those of you that don't know where the description box is, or you're new to my channel, you just click on the word more. Sometimes it says see more. YouTube, I notice, changes sometimes the way that looks. When I first started YouTube, it used to say see more. Now it says more. On a phone, it might look a little bit different, but you click, just look for the word more underneath the video, and you click it, and a drop-down menu will appear, and that's where all my links are for all the supplies that I use in my videos. Next, I just used a little bit of hot glue to tack these together so that they are staying on the side that are like the nicest, and you know, they just kind of mesh. Now I played with this for a while, and I didn't show you that, you know, it was off camera, but I just kind of wanted the best sides to show forward and the designs to kind of look good together side by side, so I was just, turning them different ways and stuff. I didn't just glue them together randomly, but yeah, I just glued them together so they're not moving. And now we're going to go ahead and decorate these. So what I thought would look the best, because of the vibe that I've got going here with the burlap, is to tie these together with some twine. They're already glued together, obviously, but just for the look, I used some of the Walmart twine and I tied them together and just made a simple bow. And I decided to glue some berries on that I purchased from Amazon, and the pine. And these come in around the same as what they would cost at Dollar Tree. Now, Dollar Tree does sell the big, nice, fat, juicy red berries now, but they came in little clumps of 3 in a bag. So I was happy to see them, but if you want a branch of berries, you have to look elsewhere. And of course, you can always find these berries down below in my description box. There's a link. I just start adding some different pines. So what I did is, I call this my thicker, chunky, hardier pine. I took and I cut the branches off so that I could tuck them in different places in between the twine, like that. So they're kind of spraying out in different directions. And then I'm going to use some of that more fragile pine to the left there. You see that? That's my softer. When you go down in my description box, I do refer to them in a way that you will recognize which one I'm talking about. I forget how I call it. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at my description box right now, and I put them there last year, so I'm not sure. But I know when I saw it the other day, I thought, oh yeah, that tells the person this is the thick pine and this is the thinner pine or the softer pine or something. You'll be able to tell. And then the little sparkly winter twigs there, they're gorgeous. In the upper left hand corner, I'm just tucking some of that inside as well. You can see it there to the right. I love that. And I also put a little tiny piece to the left. I'm doing it right now. I just put a little drop of hot glue on it and tuck it in there just to add some sparkle. And because we are in a theme of candy, I thought this was a perfect time to put one of those little peppermint candies on top. It just kind of brought it all together. Look how cute that is. So, yep, I'm going, okay, one more piece of pine. So I'm going to add that last piece of pine to make this, balanced, I guess. You can see it's more balanced now on both sides. So I have a little bit of brown cardboard. It's thicker than cardstock. I must have saved it. I think it came with some scrapbooking paper that I got from Temu. It was just a piece there kind of to help the paper not bend. And I kept it because I thought, oh, this would make a great little gift tag, right? The brown paper kind, but it was thicker, so it's perfect. So I'm taking the furniture marker from the Dollar Tree in the color walnut, and I'm just kind of buffing up the edge there to make it look a little distressed. Sometimes I like to distress everything the whole piece came from a different time period, and sometimes I like it to look like I went and I purchased an antique and then brought it home and decided to make it a Christmas decor piece or just a home decor piece, and I mix the new with the old because I like the contrast. So it just depends what I'm in the mood for. And now I'm just taking and putting an XO or OX, whatever, just the cute little kisses and hugs, and I'm going to glue that underneath the candy. And I did leave the ends shiny. That was the reason I left the sticker on the cardboard. I felt like it looked like the inside of the candy. I thought it looked kind of cool. You can always take some extra material if you want and cover that. Totally up to you. And lastly, I am taking some white acrylic paint from Apple Barrel and frosting up all of the pine and the little pieces I put in here. I don't know why, I just felt like it looks pretty either way. If you don't want to do this, that's fine. But I just thought it would be fun to add a little snow. So I also added a candy. I didn't show you on the video, but do you see the little red candy above the peppermint? That's a little bead that came with a candy set from Temu. But I really love the way this came out. I love the vibe. Let me know if you think you might make one. And don't forget, on my Facebook page, there is a section called Mentions where you can upload your crafts to share them with me there and also with everyone else. Head on over there, check out that section, give everybody a thumbs up. It's so much fun. But I love the way this is coming out. So I'm frosting up my little eucalyptus there, pine, candy, top of the berries, everything. I love it. I really do. I absolutely love the way this came out. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to know. For this project, I'm using 2 of the Dollar Tree Christmas trees, and I'm going to start by cutting off the tags. Next, I'm going to use some spackling to fill in the little holes on the top. And I'm using this little, it's not a spatula, it's like a scraper from the Dollar Tree, but it works really, really good for leveling the spackling so that there's no indentation. And this is antique wax with a little bit of black paint, and I'm squirting a little bit of water in it. It just makes it glide a little bit better when you're using it, and it makes it go a little bit farther, so it's a good money-saving tip. And I'm going to go ahead and stain the front and the back of both of these trees. Look at that beautiful wood grain. Oh my gosh, I love that pattern in it. I don't know what that is. Both of them had that on in different places, so I ended up making that the front because I think that's so beautiful. And I just used a brush to do the little white spackling there because that didn't take the stains so well, so you just use a brush and get it to work that way. And that's what it looks like so far, but look at it. There's the other one. See the marks? I think that's so beautiful. So here's some stakes from the Dollar General. I grab a bunch of these every time I'm at Dollar General. They're only $1. This is the bottom half of it. Now, if you don't have a stake, I have heard other creators say you can find those stakes at Walmart. I've never looked for them. You could also use the Dollar Tree plunger, the wood part for that, or just a piece of scrap wood or some wood from Lowe's. There's some cheap wood you can buy at Lowe's and Home Depot in the lumber section, which is like $2 something. I think the price may have gone up to $3 something, but you get 8 feet. Like, it's a great deal. So don't worry if you don't have wood. It's easy and cheap to get, but you're just going to stain that too. And now we're taking the Dollar Tree box. These are the little boxes that come with the drawers. I'm just using the bigger part of it. This isn't the drawer part. And I'm painting I guess the stain on the outer edge a little darker so that we kind of have the lightness in the center. I thought that looked pretty. Now I'm taking the Dollar Tree nautical rope, and I'm going to glue it around the edge as close as I can on this Christmas tree. Now I'm just checking for size here because we're going to be marking the stick to use it later. Next, I'm taking another row of nautical rope and I'm going to glue it right on top of the first row that I made, trying to make it as even as possible. Now I am cutting off the nautical rope, and you can see that I have left the center open. That's what you want to do. So that little stick that we were measuring a minute ago, the stake right there, will fit between the nautical rope. And I just took some hot glue. I'm using Surebonder. It's supposed to work with wood, plastic, glass. I have always had good luck with it. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't make any money, but that is my favorite hot glue. Fumes don't bother me. It holds well. And I'm just going to glue the other tree right down on top. So I guess I didn't really need to stain both sides. I don't know why I did that, but I guess maybe, well, I did because the edges are showing just a little bit. It looks better. I don't know. I just felt like that was, sometimes I'm more picky about that, or I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So I will go ahead and stain both sides. And I'm just going in and making sure that the nautical rope now is attached to the other tree that I just put on there really, really well. This is the Dollar Tree snow, and I'm going to go ahead and put some glue now on the nautical rope and just cover it with Dollar Tree snow. I'm actually trying to copy something I saw in Hobby Lobby. It was like it looks almost identical. I mean, I got it pretty close, except that it was a different shape tree because obviously I'm using the Dollar Tree wood pieces. And by the way, if you are international and watching this, I have shown on my videos how you can stain cardboard. You can put cereal box or poster board on top of cardboard, and it stains pretty well. If you're using the antique wax or even watered down brown paint, you'd be surprised. You can, and if you need to blow dry as you go so that it doesn't warp or change shape. You could even cover this with craft sticks, but don't get discouraged. It can be done, and if I lived somewhere else where there was no Dollar Tree, I would still be making this tree, and it would look pretty much just like this. And the snow covering everything is great too, because obviously you wouldn't see the edge of the cardboard or anything, and it works great. So I'm using a pool noodle here, and I'm going to go ahead and push my stake down in that. That's what I'm going to use to hold it up. And so I will glue the bottom of the wood and the pool noodle to the inside of the box. But I am going to spray this first with hairspray. I was hoping hairspray would be enough. It's extra hold, but I was hoping it would be enough to hold the snow on, and it wasn't. I did take it outside today, and I used a proper clear acrylic spray. It was a Rust-Oleum brand. It was just in matte, not shiny, but it was obviously a stronger for holding the snow on. It stinks now. My tree stinks. I'm airing it out in my basement, but it's going to work great to hold the snow on. So I'm using some of the Excelsior grass here. This is kind of like shredded wood. I love this, just to cover the bottom. I'm giving it a little trim, and that's it. This looks so high end in real life. It's heavy. It's solid. It's really nice and thick. It definitely looks like it was store-bought. Again, let me know what you think, you guys. So for this project, these are the items I'm going to use. And believe it or not, I found these pantyhose at Dollar Tree. I couldn't believe it. It was the last pair. And I'm just going to cut a little snippet off, like a little square, and pull it tightly over the foam ball. Now I'm going to tie it with some twine, as tight as I can. This is also Dollar Tree twine, so it's the really thin one. I'm going to cut that as short as I can, and this is what we're left with. I'm going to make sure that that little seam on the foam cone is in the back for my next step, and then I'm going to stake that foam ball with a skewer stick, also from the Dollar Tree. It's the smaller skewer sticks, and I'm going to go ahead and push and glue the ball on top of the cone. So it should look like this. Now I'm going to take the Dollar Tree doily, and I'm going to kind of fit it up around underneath there to cover where the foam ball joins the cone. And if you haven't guessed, I'm going to attempt to make an angel here. I've always wanted to do this with the cones. So I'm showing you that if you don't have wings, you could easily use the doily right there in the back, just the back of the doily, as wings in a pinch, and that would work. I'm going to end up using it for her sleeves, but I'm just taking a Dollar Tree glue stick, and I'm going to glue the doily down to the cone. Now I'm going to take some hot glue and just join the back together, and I'm going to do like a seam right there all the way down so that I can join it together. And now you can see more what I was talking about with the wings. You could absolutely use that as wings. I'm also going to tack down like her front little collar there, and I'm going to make sure I pull it up tight enough around her neck and do a little hot glue as well, because I definitely don't want where the ball is joining the cone to show. And of course I'm just trimming where I need to as necessary. After I was done cutting off the extra doily, I had some pieces left, and I decided to use it to make some sleeves. So I'm just cutting them and gluing them, and I'm going to trim them as best I can to make them the same shape and size. These are some rollers from the Dollar Tree, and I'm showing you here how you can push it down and take that piece on the top off, and you're stuck with this really thick wire here. It looks like little perfect hands. It would work for perfect hands. And I'm just gonna it went flying. I clipped that, and that's what I'm putting inside her sleeves. Now I was gonna put the wooden bead on the end of it for her hands, but I actually preferred just using them to hold the sleeve up, like her hands are kind of tucked under the sleeve a little bit. I didn't want to put hands. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind totally about that, but for now I left the wooden beads off. And I'm just gonna, you'll see me here push the little wire up the sleeve, and that's just to make sure they stay up, although I think I didn't really need to do that. You probably could have just, I mean, I can see right now the sleeves are staying up on their own, so I probably could have just left them like this, but I do end up putting the wire up there. I think I did the wire just in case I change my mind and want to put a little wooden bead at the end of it. But you know, you can see, not so much on film, but in person, you can see the little wire underneath, and it does look like a little hand, like a little fist closed up. It just looks like those, you know, the girls that wear the oversized sweaters and the sleeves go over their hands. It just kind of looks like that with a sleeve. I thought it looked very elegant. So now I'm trimming them to try and get them the same size, but they don't have to be perfect on both sides. I'm not worried about that because, you know, in real life dresses move and things shift. So I'm just doing my best to make them match. Next, I'm going to use the Dollar Tree mop head, and this is really easy to take the threads out. If you open it up, there's a plastic piece in the center there, and I'm just taking a wire cutter and I snipped the corner of it, and then you can kind of turn it sideways and just pull all the little yarn threads out. I love working with the Dollar Tree mop head. It's been a while. I think I may have been the first one to actually use this mop head on YouTube. I know I covered some hearts for a garland, for a headboard, and then I went ahead and did, you'll see it in my, if you like farmhouse decor, I have a video that's very popular. It's 22 farmhouse DIYs. It's under the popular videos. You'll see a like crochet heart that I did with it. It was so pretty. I did an ombre and I hung wooden beads and a tassel. It just was really, really cute. So and then I did a bigger one. I loved that one so much. I made a big one with an ombre with blue colors for like boho farmhouse. Anyways, the mop is totally fun to work with. So I decided I definitely wanted her to have a part. So I ended up cutting the threads and pushing them together in the center so that she has the part. And I'm just taking my time here and unraveling everything, making sure everything's nice and straight. And in the back, I did little loops like this so that her hair would continue to hang down straight. That's how I handled that, because it's hard with, you know, thick yarn like this, obviously, because it's not real hair. But I thought it came out looking really nice in the back as well. And then I'm just making sure that none of the scalp shows, well, faux scalp. So after I put this back piece in, I take individual little pieces and just glue them as needed. Wherever I feel like it's too thin, I kind of squish it down, and I brought it down a little farther on her face. And then we're going to give her a haircut. And I couldn't decide what color hair or what to do with this little angel, so I just made her all white, like a light. You know what I mean? Like a light bulb. Because I thought you can't go wrong. And then she can be like a winter angel too. You could leave her up through the winter. You don't have to take her down for Christmas or anything by adding colors if you just keep it completely like a neutral color, like white. So this is weather stripping, and I just thought this would make a really nice border for her, and it would hold her gown down. I think that looks really nice. It's super cheap. I think I ordered it on Temu, but they also sell it cheap on Amazon as well. And that's what we have so far. So now I'm taking these winter picks that I got from the Dollar Tree. I love these, and I'll show you in the final reveal how pretty they are as the halo, but I end up giving her like a sparkly halo, and I do have to use, I'm showing you like little individual pieces to build it up, but it comes up so pretty. Look at that. And the jewel just happened to be right in the center of her forehead. It was like perfect. So this is an ornament I found at the Dollar Tree. Isn't it perfect? It's some angel wings. That's actually why I wanted to make the angel. I found this ornament first and I went, oh, that's so pretty. So I'm gluing that on the back of her, and now she has her wings. So I considered leaving her faceless, and then I decided, you know, I wish I had those little black beads, because I had done that in the 90s where I used little black beads and I didn't have any. So I used the color hot glue I have like brown that you use for a fake chocolate. I thought that will work. And I gave her little brown eyes. I just made little glue dots, and I did the same thing for her mouth. You could skip the mouth too. I think that looks cute, but we're all done. If you had fun in today's video, here's some videos I think you'll enjoy watching next.